So we should be up. I don't need this. Alrighty. Now that we're here in action, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the BNR Racing Network. Alongside of me tonight is good old Will. Good evening, Will.
Yes, good evening, Brian.
So Atlanta Motor Speedway, or shall we say, that's what I'm always used to calling it, Atlanta Super Speedway, a mile and a half. Could either bring good racing, could bring bad. It just all depends. Unfortunately, a lot of these guys are probably worn out on this track because the officials are here this week. So they're all probably tired of racing this track already. So they have tonight and Saturday we come back here too. So this is race number 5. So almost, I know we are at the halfway point of the regular season over here on this side. I don't want to put the tower here. There you go.
A quarter of the way into the season.
Yeah, there you go. I meant like regular season, but yeah, there you go. That works.
Okay, yes. Halfway into the regular season, yes.
Yes, sir. Well,
Works as well.
Yeah, well, I'll let you give the phenomenal history of Atlanta, because everybody loves your knowledge, and it's always good information to have. So, ooh, Mackenzie, look at that. Up on top.
Well, Atlanta Motor Speedway, a super speedway, a speedway that's been reconfigured in total 3 times. The first, if anybody was here or remembers the Truck Series race that we did a couple of weeks ago, basically the original Atlanta layout was similar to what is modern-day Homestead Miami Speedway, and that was first established, I want to say, mid-60s, late 60s. Anyway, that went for decades, and then 97, or was it 98? I think it was 97. They reconfigured the track to basically this quad-shaped oval of what we see now, what Texas Motor Speedway and Charlotte Motor Speedway look like, basically, from an aerial view, or if you was to look at the track maps of those 3 different tracks, they look similar, but they drive totally different. So, yes, with this configuration, they increased the banking, made it a bit more smoother. Still has a few bumps here and there, but not as bad as it used to be. Atlanta Motor Speedway, very fun track for some. Others kind of dread coming here because it's now turned into a plate track or a plate package, like you would see at Daytona or Talladega.
Trust me, I get hounded to go back to old Atlanta. I do. I said, well, you know, I try to keep it to, I actually like this, the Carter Phillips. That's pretty nice. And I do believe that's what he's running here this week.
No, that's the Pocono scheme still.
That's right, you're right. But, anyway, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, you're good. That's pretty much the rundown of Atlanta.
Yeah. But we like the old Atlanta, because I always thought it did bring better racing. But let me go with a little race information here real quick before these fellow people get going. So, Atlanta. We're at Atlanta. The current track temp, Will, is 101 degrees. So this is going to be interesting. Like I said, mile and a half. So, the current weather outside, Will, is 90. Oof. So they are extra, extra hot. It's 48% humidity, partly cloudy. That wind, Will, is going to play a factor down the back stretches. That 12 mile per hour wind. They have 75% fuel, 4 sets of tires, 1 quick fix, and I fixed it. They have 3 green-white checkers. I forgot to change it. So, back to 3 green-white checkers. I think that is a little bit more better. And Yes. So that is that. I am going to go over the starting grid. Oh yeah, my bad. I know you're going to say something. It's alright.
No,
So,
go ahead.
excuse me. P1 would be Larry McKenzie. P2 would be Zach Deuscher. P3 will be Chris Schaefer. P4 would be Jackson Lomax. P5 would be Chris Campbell. P6 would be Chris Berger. P7 would be Randy Koch. And P8 would be Philip Bridgman. P9 would be Dave Berry. P10 would be Anthony Probst. P11 would be Jacob Carter. P12 would be Brandon Moore. P13 would be Josh Small. P14 would be George Rincon. P15 would be Kevin Roy. P16 would be Jim Coleman-Sperger. P17 would be Jason Adams. P18 would be Tyler Myers. P19 would be Eric Corder. P20 would be Bradford. And P21 would be Robert Amaral. Alright, so he said that he put... Alright, well then... We will reload everybody's car here. So... We'll see how this turns out.
Yes, Brian, a guesstimated
That's
45
my
to...
bad.
Oh,
Sorry. I didn't have trading paint up, so that is my bad. That would help if I had it up. You see that? Man. Anyway, Will, go ahead.
I was going to say a guesstimated, or estimated, whichever you prefer to say, fuel range for these cars here with the 75% fuel this evening here at Atlanta is anywhere between 45 to 50 laps, the drivers were telling me. So just have to wait and see if we get that long of a green flag run here. The drivers were telling me that kind of loose a little bit in the draft, but we already know in the draft at a plate track or plate configuration that these cars will be a bit unstable. They do move around a lot in the draft, so that's one to keep an eye out for. Probably the troublesome spot, I would assume, would be coming out of turn 4 onto that double kink, that double quad oval there.
There you go.
Tri-oval.
Philip. So Philip is in the degree card. So that's all fixed. And there we go. Everybody's paints are coming in now. Love it. Perfect.
So here we are rolling towards the start/restart zone. Got to remember the top 7 only qualified. Everybody else just decided to wing it, kind of just let it go, where kind of just hang in the back a little bit probably, or work their way up through the field, as we see pretty calm start on the initial start of the drop the green flag.
Yep. As we see here, Larry McKenzie will lead the first lap, followed by Zach Deuscher. Oh, just like that. There it is. That's that slip up we talked about.
Some chaos and carnage early on here on the initial green flag lap of the Xfinity Series here in Atlanta.
And it's funny because they asked me earlier, can we wide open it? Huh? And you can try it, but it's not going to be the best option for you. So they had asked if they can wide open it. So unfortunately, that's what that was. But we'll go back and try to get our best look at this on lap 1. So
it looked like Zach was staying, giving McKenzie a good enough bubble, like, that term, the beach ball effect. But
oh yeah, that's just that air and hitting that apron there. If you catch it right there, you see.
Yeah, he straddled that. Mm-hmm. He straddled that line there, like you say. Somebody did a somersault, barrel roll, kickflip 720 thing there. I think that was Lomax, possibly.
That was Berger.
Oh, okay, Berger. Aren't they teammates anyway?
They are teammates.
Okay. Yeah, their car number, like the that neon or that canary yellow color that they use, really kind of throws me off from time to time whenever I spot the color of the number.
So the 23, the 96, and the 36 are all teammates. So this all started 00, like we said. Will hitting the apron in the front, getting loose. Zach had nowhere to go. Zach checked up. Campbell got loose and just said, "Excuse me," then that's that. So right in front of Jacob Carter there, unfortunately, was the wild one. So, like I said, that early one is always so
good wreck avoidance by the 77, Robert Amaro, I believe. Oh, I think we might have two 77s in the field.
Oh goodness, Props is in the 77 and Robert Amaro's the 17.
Oh, okay, Robert's in the 17. But Props.
But Props is the 77.
Yeah, yes. He had some good wreck avoidance there.
Yes.
I'm very used to Robert Amaro being in the 77, so.
And Robert does, Robert's part-time over here, which is fine, which is wonderful. Always good to have.
Whenever I saw the 77, I just immediately
That's
jumped to
exactly
Robert,
who I thought it was, yeah. And I'm looking at, wait a minute. And I was saying the same thing you did. Did we have two 77s in the field? But obviously not,
no.
So.
Yeah, that's a good double check, indeed. Early on, taking out a handful of cars, not necessarily taking them out of contention, but just a lot of damage to these cars early on. These drivers do have a quick repair, but you never want to use it this soon.
Yes, I agree with you. That is way too soon. That's what I mean. You want to ride, you want to hang out. Sorry.
Well, Randy Koking to the outside. Got to remember he won the season opener at Daytona a handful of weeks ago, or about a month ago. So,
oh yeah,
if not a month ago. All these weeks kind of intertwine with me. Restart.
Great restart by Chris Schaefer.
Yes, indeed. Don't want to get too far out there, but nevertheless, everybody trying for the most part getting down to the bottom lane.
Oh yeah. When you come back there now, Zach is in the back with his teammate Phillip. Since I used my quick fix, I would just want to ride, because you never know when the next one is going to happen. So.
Indeed. Looks like there was going to kind of be a line forming on the outside, but like we see, looks like everybody's just going to fall in line and just, like you say, ride here at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Jim Coleman'sberger in that number 11 getting a good tow up to George Rincon.
Oh, yeah. He avoided that big one, all that carnage in front of him, so that's always good for Jim there. Jim is normally great at wreck avoidance, so that's good. As he takes to take P6 away from Rincon, but Rincon said, "No, sir, we are going to duke it out here, and this is what we're going to do." So, well, it's like you said, this is your super speedway format here, so unfortunately this is what we're stuck with, and this is what we're going to deal with. So, and they know that the apron is out of bounds unless you're avoiding the wreck. Then you go ahead, with free almighty will, go ahead and do it. So.
Yeah, just like at Daytona or Talladega, this painted, I guess if you want to say red line, you're not supposed to go down there like you just alluded to. It is the term out of bounds. So, like you say, unless you're avoiding a wreck, that's okay. But if you're going down there to advance your position, that's a big no-no. Looks like Josh Small's going to drop to the rear of this pack.
He says it's too early, Will. I want to stay in the back. I know we have a few more cautions fixing to happen. So, but now the question is, if they don't, Josh fell to the back for no reason. So, as you see there, Will, the 77 of Anthony Props. Oh, go ahead.
Something happened to Philip Bridgman. He got awful loose in 3 and 4 and slid down the track. I don't know if he recovered it or not.
Oh, well, come back here.
He kept it going straight.
So, what I do, and I'm going to be honest with you, I have yet to run any Xfinity this week at this track. And, I did a few Cup races, finishing in the top 5, Cup cars handle good. Xfinity with the new, and it's like we said before, with the new tire models, we don't know how these cars are handling, and that's why I said we let you do the pit road report and stuff like that. Unless Philip was getting out the way to stay in the back, away from everything.
No, he got loose.
Oh, he did?
3 and 4, yeah. Something happened to him in 3 and 4 a few laps ago, or a couple.
Anyway, well, we come back up here in the front where we go from Philip to the one car to this gaggle effect up here in the front. So, Jim Comensberger on the outside with George Rincon behind him and Jacob Carter behind George. So,
yeah, there's kind of 2 lines at the moment formed in this front pack as they're coming up on slow traffic or lap traffic, perhaps. I believe that is, who is that? I believe one of those is
Dave
Jason
Berger.
Adams.
Yep, and Jason Adams.
Gonna have to see how they are able to navigate this coming up. Just like at Daytona or Talladega, here in Atlanta, you were more
sorry,
faster.
Dave Barry. My bad,
Dave
my
Barry.
apologies.
You're good.
Berger's up there in 7th. I should have known that, Will. Silly me right there. Early hour and a half sleep, so that's alright. We're good, we got it. Yes, but I am interested to see how this shakes out now because they caught Dave Barry and Adams fast. So now Randy goes underneath Chris Schaefer, forcing Schaefer to go up high. You see Dave Barry is pulling out the way. He said, I don't want no parts of that. And just like that, Jason now wipes out the whole field. Just like that. He gets Jim and a lot of others in it. Zach Deuscher. Wow. A lot of good cars, Will. A lot of good cars.
Yeah, seeing it in the moment when it happened live, it kind of hard to tell if might have to go back a bit further.
Screaming in the night, fighting for my life.
So it looked like Jason, David Barry goes low onto the apron. Looks like Jason was trying to stay high.
Yeah, that's a.
Just coming through the dog leg there, or the quad oval, whatever you prefer to call it there, that front stretch that you got to turn twice there on the front stretch, and it can be quite a doozy.
I would have just went down to the apron with Barry there and
Maybe get an onboard shot of Jason Adams, perhaps, here, if we can, real quick.
yeah, sure can.
Because it looked like he was close to the wall, but he just didn't stay close when the pack got there.
Do, 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 do.
It can be kind of hard to judge as well. Like, it looks like he's riding up against the wall here. And then he goes about a half a lane or about a lane down. Just kind of difficult there, I guess you could say. It almost kind of questioning about why he didn't keep it on the wall or right beside the wall, I should say, up on the very high lane where he was running on the exit of 4 and halfway down the straightaway.
Oh yeah.
Like you say, yes indeed, takes out a lot of cars here.
That have used their quick fix earlier in lap 1. Now those that got re-involved in it, now unfortunately gotta sit back and now wait in the pits and go laps and laps down to fix their damage.
Well, I'd have to say that slip up that Phillip had a handful of laps ago, this really helps Phil and also Josh Small. He dropped back to the back, basically lost the draft because he dropped back, and Phillip had lost the draft, so that this helps them out. But like you say, everybody else, it kind of puts in their own barrel.
So 7 cars on the lead lap. Like I said, that wiped out a lot of...
Yeah, there's a lot of cars going to be battling for that lucky dog position, or hoping that the lead lap cars next caution would all come down and pit. But 2 cautions here early on, and they've been for big melee crashes.
Yep. My Bradford up there in the front. There you go. Oh, he's saving his quick fix. He knows that there's that there's gonna be more, so he didn't even bother taking quick fix. But that's strategy, and that's what you gotta. That's what you take. So.
Yeah, we do see some drivers not taking the quick fix. They just either repair the damage that they could at the moment in pit road, and hopefully they can maintain the pace or the speed and use that quick fix a little bit later on in the race if need be.
Oh yeah, so they should be grouping or regrouping back up here.
Yes, lights are out on the pace car.
So Josh is the first one lap down, Will. Sitting P8.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Well, unfortunately, that did collect him in there, so.
I thought he was far enough back, or I didn't think it got him.
I know it got Jim, it got Zach. Like I said, I got a lot of the ones who had to come down earlier on, so. You see there, Randy with a great start.
Yes, this previous caution will more than likely jumble up the field. Going to have some drivers out of place.
Like Bradford there. He's limping her around, but he stayed on the lead lap. He got some nose damage there, but that's alright. Ain't nothing gonna hurt that car, that's for sure, so. Yeah. Tyler Myers underneath the 00. As you see, Jacob Carter pulls off the track and says, "Nope, that's alright. I'm coming back here." And that's going to be that. So, Schaefer must have got loose there. Oh no, Schaefer's in the pits. But Anthony Prop's up there, Will, in that 77 with the 7 behind him. I know 777 the 7 and the 77 looking to take the charge on the outside there to take P1 away from Randy. So,
well, we're going to go back to having 2 different lines, it looks like, because Brandon Moore's coming up on the back of Randy, so.
Oh yeah. Josh Small out there, Brandon Moore to the inside. So Josh and Brandon Moore are fighting for that lucky dog. But unfortunately, Brandon Moore has got it in the bag at the moment. So.
Lomax is right behind Brandon.
And now Josh is behind Lomax, So if the wreck possible, Will, happens in the front and collects Brandon Moore and Lomax. Oh, you got double zeros in the wall there.
He was able to tug it back down and keep it going straight. No harm, no foul there.
Correct.
Just that dirty air sometimes if you just are behind somebody here, that dirty air will just kind of throw you into the wall, perhaps, best way to put it.
Oh yeah.
Like we talked about earlier, when you're in the draft, these cars just kind of move a little bit more, and that's what we're seeing a little bit throughout the field. A little bit like what we saw with 00, just kind of moved a little bit closer into the wall.
Oh yeah. You see Randy jump up to the outside, Will, to stall that momentum at the 77 and Philip Rittenhead to now trying to take that 3-car lead lap train and pass the lappers on the bottom there. What a save.
Oh, no. Didn't save it. You thought he was going to, but unfortunately just couldn't catch it.
I just probably would have parked there in the wall for a minute.
Well, and once that tank slapper started to go, it just, unfortunately, just couldn't catch it.
Yeah. So Josh is going to get the lucky dog because Lomax, unfortunately, was the one that wrecked in front of Jim, so.
That wasn't Lomax.
Yeah, it was.
Lomax
no. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. That's Larry McKenzie. So McKenzie here, as you see him at slip there, over correction, and just nowhere for. And then Robin Amaro comes in and tanks him in the door.
Well, as we were talking about, these cars can be very extremely loose in the draft. in that dirty air, and McKenzie sure did have his hands full, a handful of laps to go, and then just like we said, that tank slapper going, like turning into turn one here. Uh, you want to have a good angle, a good arc into the turn, and looks like McKenzie was trying to do that, but just unfortunately, uh, like I said, that when that tank slapper happens, it can be hard to recover from it, especially when you're in the banking like he was all the way up there.
Oh yeah, that loose. Hello, is it me? Oh, there you go. But yes, well, the as you said there, the less and less fuel that gets taken out of these cars, a lot looser, and the way that the ass end is gonna slide out from underneath of you. So,
Yes, the rear end.
oh yeah. Uh, oh, well, look at that. Josh is gonna come back to the lead lap. Oh wait, no he ain't. Oh man. Shooby dooby doo. So I do believe McKenzie is gonna come back to the front. Yep. I thought Josh. No. Alright. That's right. Can you quick fix her up? AB. Oh,
I
Aaron
think the
Bradford.
77 of props left the session.
That could be. That's a possibility. Yeah.
Not sure if the call for McKenzie and the 00 to stay out here is a good thing. Because he could have potentially a lot of damage here.
That is a possibility.
Only 30 laps into this 163 lap event here at Atlanta. I want to say that's around 250 miles.
Yep.
So
Great restart by the front pack here. So McKenzie gets a great start, so nothing stalled him out for sure. Maybe that rear end damage there.
yeah, I was going to say, maybe that rear end could be, you could see just how slow he is. Just about everyone, looks like Randy Koking, that front pair, Philip Bridgman and Jacob Carter, kind of slingshot away by him. So, yeah, I don't see why he didn't come down and try to repair his car or.
That was about ugly there.
Yep.
As he got tight up to the quarter of the 23. About
If he would have pitted, there would have been some cars that could have got away by.
Oh yeah.
I do believe, but
I think Jim and Josh are gonna try to do it the hard way. Those two are gonna work with each other to get on by Philip Bridgman and Randy. So, because those two are the next ones on track that are fighting for the first car one lap down. So it's going to be between Josh and Jim there. So if I'm those two, well, you see there, Jim's going to get on by Josh there. They're going to fall in line of the 41 of Aaron Bradford. Great run by him. P4 at this current time. Huge check up there.
Yeah, Randy had a moment. He straddled the apron going into turn 1. Is that Chris Schaefer behind Bridgman trying to get a lap back, perhaps?
I do believe so. Let's see, Philip Bridgman. Let's come up here towards the front. Yes.
That's Schaefer.
That's Schaefer. Doing
so it's kind of just kind of a mismatch of basically the few lead lap cars that we have here and the whole bunch of lap down cars, whether they're one lap or multiple laps down here, up here battling it out.
Oh yeah.
Jacob Carter on the outside trying to use Chris Schaefer the best of his ability to get by Randy and Phillip on that bottom lane. Right now it's just those three that are on the lead lap up here at the moment. Then Bradford slowly chugging up here. A lot of cars one lap down here at the moment.
Yeah, sorry JD, I thought everybody told you that we were racing tonight. Normally I also put the announcement up a little late of the race information, so that's also on my end. Philip Bridgman with the strong side draft to Jacob Carter to slow him down, Will, which got Chris Schaefer back to being one lap down. So,
yeah, you can really see how squirrely these cars are in the draft and the pack.
You see Philip there getting a bobble. Oh, what a save by Randy. Good save, Randy. Good save. Like I said, the less fuel in the cars, Will, the lot looser. So, that was a good save by Randy. I mean, fell back to 6th place, so then nothing there to worry about. So, I know Schaefer
gotta be careful though. Yeah.
Okay, my bad. My apologies.
You're good.
So now, Will, as we see here, Jim Coleman'sberger is going to use Jacob Carter, who's on the outside, to help him get by Philip Bridgman. But now comes the let me play both lanes type of deal here, which could either end, well, not too sure. So, but Jim being a lap down and Josh, they do not want to be involved in a wreck. But I'll tell you what, the way these boys are racing, whew.
Yep, got to be extremely careful here because, like you mentioned earlier, for the most part, just about everybody has used their quick fix, so that is kind of out of the ball game here. And you got to be careful trying to get your lap back if you're trying to do it the hard way on merit, and just be very mindful, more or less.
That's a great sportsman by Dave Barry, just dropping out of line. Said, you know what? I don't want no parts of it. But unfortunately, Will, there is a lot of these cars one lap down due to that early incident there. So, oh, someone hit the wall. Philip tried to stall Jim Coleman'sberger out. Ah, oh, this is about to get iffy. Anywho, Philip's trying everything he can to stall that outside. But you know Jim will, and I do. Jim's just going to attack. So you can try it once, but he's not lifting. And that's that. So.
Yeah, if you're on the lead lap, you just got to be mindful of who's on that lead lap with you and who's kind of a lap down. Even though Jim has help from Jacob Carter, who is on the same lap as Philip, just, you know, it's all a game of chess, really, of what you can and cannot do for the most part.
Like you said, Will, you got Oh, Jim did get lucky.
Huge crash in the back. Wonder who this is going to involve now.
Jackson Lomax, Robin Amaro, and Kevin Roy.
Oh, man.
Oh, that all started with Tyler Myers. So Tyler was the cause of that one. As we come back and rewind it, I'm not too
Looks like
sure.
he got loose like McKenzie did.
Yeah.
And the way he recovered is very questionable. If only he could have kept it. I know it's far-fetched for me to say, but if only he could have kept it down on the apron. But, you know, when you're trying to recover these cars, they can get very squarely on you, very ill handling when you're trying to save the racecraft, and he just couldn't, from the looks of things, just wasn't able to hold it down onto the flat or onto the apron once his car was pointed there. Just came back up on the track on him.
Oh yeah. So Jim is back on the lead lap, and I'm not sure if Josh would be the lucky dog, because I know Jim had already gotten by Phillip, so he was safe there. So I do believe that will put Josh Small back on the lead lap. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So then that'll put 9 cars on the lead lap. Slowly but surely, they're all getting there. So, well, let's see if we can talk to Phillip. Will, there you go. Phillip Bridgman.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, now we're going all right.
Just kind of watching this race unfold, Phil. Still early on. Some major crashes have occurred. Just curious on what your take is on it, and also, are you just going to try to stay up front from this point on?
Definitely hoping to just avoid them from here on out, and I definitely used the fast repair there a bit earlier. Just kind of hoping the best that it goes green a bit. Like, we've had a couple green flags there. Like, it went a few laps at least. Like, we were going. I'm hoping it goes longer, like, and just keeps getting longer. But I think it's been all right so far. It's been pretty good.
Well, best of luck to you to keep the car safe and clean the rest of the way, Phil, and hopefully we can talk to you a bit more later.
Appreciate it.
I forgot how brutal now. They shorten, a lot of places, they shorten the pace laps down a lot. Which is good, which is absolutely good. It's perfect, so.
Let you get back to the racing as quick
yeah,
as
exactly.
possible.
Yeah. It took me a bit when I did my first official here. I think Monday. I'm like, God damn, the yellow just came out. How
yes, gosh darn it.
Green. So.
Anyway,
Ryan,
hey, Chris, how you doing?
There you go.
Give me a virtual ruler, and every time you say something, I'll hit you with it.
There you go. Anyway, Phillip with the restart here. AB on the outside. Well, hold on.
They waved it off.
They waved it off.
Back up. Lights are back on the pace car.
I was gonna say, as Phillip was getting ready to hammer down and say, "Send it, boys." So, Jim got lucky and got the lucky dog. I could have swore Jim was already ahead of Phil, but from what we had, Will, was Phillip had him by a nose. So that, and unfortunately that ended up keeping Coleman'sberger one lap down. Now, the fighting for the lucky dog, they start side by side. Christopher Campbell and Josh Small. So, this is going to be interesting again. Poor Josh thought he can get away with, hanging out, relaxing, and doing his thing to now fighting for lucky dog with Campbell. Well, like I said, very unfortunate for Kevin Roy to get involved in that. You know as well as I do, Will. Kevin likes to hang out and relax in the back. But sometimes, as you saw there, Tyler slipped up, and those guys who have all that damaged cars are now back there, slow pace. But you hang out back there, hope for the best, you'll get your lap back, and fix every ounce of damage you got. And Will, for the second time, we'll try it. Pace car peels off as Philip Bridgman is going to lead the field to green, right there. So what a great start by Phil.
Yep, good run by the inside line at least. Everybody for the most part trying to jump down into the bottom lane.
Now, Will, from here, I would just like to ride it out. All right, we got all the scrapers up there, and
yeah, still a long way to go.
Oh yeah, you see Zach making the charge from the back to get up here to earn it the hard way. He has no rear end there, so, and I'm not too sure if Zach used a quick fix earlier. I'm not too sure. He might have, because I think that first wreck that he got caught in was silly, but that does happen.
I think he got caught up in the second wreck, and that's when he used it.
Okay. So he's fixing the car piece by piece, but Will, looks like it hasn't affected him at all. So that's interesting to see how his night goes. So you see there, Zach Deusser, P10 Will. So I think having no rear cover is actually helping that car out a lot. But
yeah, he's got a lot of front fascia damage as well.
Oh yeah, look, fixing to pass Josh here.
A lot of guys in this race have a lot of front fascia damage.
Oh yeah. Well, like I said, Will.
Robert Amaro.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Poor Robert. He's been caught in a lot tonight, but this is what you get for a mile-and-a-half super speedway. Unfortunately, this race should have been under the lights, but unfortunately, iRacing doesn't have it under the lights. The next update, we will be under the lights. So when we hit playoffs, I think in the cup side, I do believe they come back here twice. So next time we come here, we'll be under the lights. So that's always a good thing. So, but I think it's on the cup side. It won't be Xfinity side. I think Xfinity only comes here once, if I can remember. I could be wrong. I could be.
No, they come. Xfinity, well, in real life they come here twice.
Okay, so then it'll be twice then, okay. My bad.
I'm not sure if Schaefer did. He was ahead when that caution came out, so he got one of his laps back. He's now 2 laps down, trying to get one of those laps back again, back the hard way on Merritt, the Rusty Wallace way. So,
yeah, and sometimes it's better to get it back the hard way to see what your car can do, but sometimes it comes down to, oh my goodness.
Sometimes it just comes down to being in the right place at the right time. The caution comes out, or all those leaders pit, you get a wave by.
Yes. Good evening, Diamond. Sorry, I just saw that when I pulled it up on my phone here. Thanks for coming out, supporting me and Will, and your boyfriend Philip there. That's sitting P1 at the current place and time. So always good to have Philip up there in the front. So you guys need to cheer him on. And So far, so good. Unfortunately, he did use his quick fix a little early on that. Was it left 2 wheel or left 1 press? I don't know if he got caught in the second one where he said he had to use it. I think he said the first one he had to use it. But they're exchanging leads for the battle up there, Will, with Randy and Philip there. It's just, you don't know where you want to be at this moment up here.
You got Lomax on the outside, who is somewhat giving him help, pushing him slightly. But the front of Lomax's car is just torn to bits. I don't think that is Lomax. I think that's his teammate.
Yeah,
Lomax is on the bottom. My apologies.
Yeah, that's Schaefer.
In the 36.
Burger.
Yeah, Berger. So Lomax is on the bottom line with Carter and Koki, as Schaefer is your makeshift leader at the moment in time of this pack, because him being out of place.
Bradford through the grass. I saw that. Oh, and up the track he goes. That's going to be a caution.
Well, you would think. Let's just wait and see.
Oof.
Yes, looks like we do have a caution again. 5th caution of the evening. Oh, man. I wonder what happened to Bradford. Well, we're going to go back and see. Oh, Josh got up in the wall. He was trying to avoid Josh, and Zach just happened to be there. Oh. Oh, and McKenzie. That's about the 3rd incident McKenzie's been involved in this evening.
Yeah. So that was just
that was just a mistiming and a racing deal whenever it comes to this type of package. Just Bradford didn't quite want to run over Josh, but at the same time he ducked out not to run over Josh. He put himself in the middle, and he wanted to get out of the middle, and I guess his spotter at first might have called him clear, or he might have looked and thought he could have been clear, and just came across the nose of Zach Neuscher there in the 21 car. Just mistiming, wrong place, wrong time type of deal.
Oh, and I forgot to ask you, but unfortunately we're 59 laps, and we were supposed to, like how we normally do at the start of the session, our picks, but that's all right. Unfortunately, the one pick that I wanted is caught up in a wreck, and I don't think ain't doing too good at the moment. But you see here, Brandon Moore's going to win the race off pit road. I think Randy, then Phillip, then Jacob, then Berger, then Campbell, then Jim. I think
it's about like picking through a plate of scrambled eggs, really, Brian, at this moment.
It is. It is.
I wonder if some of these guys are staying out, per se, to keep the field a lap down, perhaps. Maybe that could be a strategy, because you do have some that are trying to, from the looks of things, trying to perhaps stay out and get a wave around, but when you have, somebody on the lead lap to stay out, you don't really get that. So that's going to hurt some of the guys trying to get the wave around.
Oh, yeah. Like Tyler Myers, George Rincon, Kevin Roy, Campbell, Carter.
Oh, Lomax. Oh, never mind.
Oh. Good evening, Jaden. Maybe how are you? Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
So, unfortunately, this weekend, I do believe will be Jaden's birthday. I will be racing, so I won't say it. So, Jaden, hopefully this weekend you have an awesome birthday and enjoy it to every ounce that you can. Because unfortunately, I'm out on the track, and you never know. I can wreck out early, not get called in the booth or nothing. So I'm going to say it now, at least on the BNR side of the things in the tower here. So happy birthday, best of luck to you, and oh, Philip. According to Jaden, and I'm gonna hate to burst your bubble here, Phil, but Jaden said he's coming for that first place next week. So he says you got a lucky one this week. So I guess they're duking it out for points because technically Jaden and Philip only separating them by 1 point. But with Jaden not being here, that's gonna hurt. So 1 point separated first and second. Zach Deuscher was sitting P3 10 points behind the leaders. So anyway, Will, pace car off. Restart on the way.
Lomax with a heck of a launch out of the restart box or zone. Philip tried to go with him, time it just about perfectly. Philip looks to the outside. Brandy's going to go with him.
Yeah, so
You got a whole slew of cars trying to get by Lomax.
oh, Jim.
David Barrett.
So Josh is on the lead lap, Will. So Josh has had to start at the rear of the field. So that's that. So the next one duking it out would be Tyler Myers and Rincon and Campbell. So Rincon is there. Tyler Myers is trying to do it, as you said, the Wallace way. So let me go up there and try to get it back the hard way. So then that'll give Rincon that lucky dog. You see someone pulled off on the apron there. Not too sure who that is. We'll wait and see as they come to pour down into the pits. If they do, or they just said, no, I am staying out of the way. I don't want no parts of it. So next time by will be 100 laps to go, Will. So this is an actual full Xfinity race that these boys are doing. So
Yes, indeed, 250 miles, full Xfinity race here in Atlanta, or full length. Just about all the Xfinity and truck races are full length.
oh, was a slip up in the front there. Great save by Bradford. Excellent save.
Carter might have nicked the wall trying to do some wreck avoidance, possibly. I think that was Carter.
Yes. You see, lost some spots there to Philip and Randy. He was up
Bradford,
there.
unfortunately, got the quick repair, I believe, or maybe just set the pit to repair the car. He was coming out. They put him another lap down, which is in total 4. So. Just have to wait and see towards the end how exciting the finish will be of this race because of how many cars we have currently on the lead lap and how many are either out of the race or a lap down.
3 cars are out of the race at the moment. Props, Deuscher and Adams. Larry's still in the pits fixing his car, so he's going to hang it out and do the best that he can. So unfortunately, Zach's teammate wiped him out early on there, so unfortunately that's what happens when you do silly things. And I think Zach would have been alright. That would have been avoided, but stuff happens. Like I said, race etiquette, yes, would be the proper thing to pull out the way that you have to know. So when you don't, that's what happens. For an example, we've seen Dave Barry. Oh, Jim's in the wall. Boy, it's about to get ugly. Dave does not want to be 3 wide. He was forced there, but you see him check up to let Jim back through there. Now Jim is going to keep Dave with him and and gonna try to pull Rincon past Tyler Myers. So if a caution does come out, Rincon will be the first car back. Oh wait, Schaefer's coming. Where's Schaefer? Oh, he must be
He's
headed
down on
Tyler.
that bottom lane in front of you.
Oh yeah, he is. Wow. Well, he's got speed, don't he, for a red car? That's good. There you go. Look at that. So 69 of 163 in the books. You see Jim getting past. That's right, he ain't got nothing to worry about. There's only 7 cars on the lead lap, so at this current time, so I'll be that as you see Berger trying to make the pass on his teammate there, Jackson. Randy helping Phillip to keep her in the front there.
Yeah, I believe Randy and Phillip are teammates as well, so
Yes, they are.
our alliance in some way. For the most part, Randy's pretty good. Just about anywhere, he's very consistent.
He came a long way, especially from last season. He has, and the season before that. So
Yep.
he improved a lot just from last year, which is awesome. Which is always a great thing to see, especially with this core group here. So I mean, that's that. But like I said, Randy's already locked in. Zach's locked in already. So I mean, Zach ain't got nothing to worry about. Like I said, he can just ride and just collect all the points that he can. So who else? Oh, and Pearson, but he's not here. That's that Bradley Pearson, whatever his name is. So that's that. So Rincon's driving the absolute vodka. I like that. That is awesome. I love me some vodka, Will. I do. Very good stuff. Yes, this is horrible to be talking about on a broadcast, but nonetheless, it doesn't matter. Great battle up here in the front. Phillip gonna stall that. Oh, yeah. As you see, Will, Phillip trying to stall the run from Jacob, but Tyler is gonna work with Jacob Carter to get him into the front. And as Randy hits the apron there.
Yeah, it would be very beneficial for Randy to kind of not hit that apron. His left side's, just a few feet off of that painted line. Everybody on the bottom, just kind of not try to hit it.
Oh, yeah.
But like we said earlier, this is a mismatched group of cars that are a couple of them are off the lap, and then the rest of them are a lap down or more. So,
but that's alright. They are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Fighting, Will, to get back to the lead lap some way, shape, or form. So Phillip got it. He said hopefully we get some nice green flag runs, and now here we sit. So I wonder if Phillip's going to go back on his word, and just like that, Chris Schaefer gets loose. Loses control on the bottom there.
but he saved it. What a save by Chris Schaefer.
Yes, he did. So now that puts Tyler Myers, George Rincon, Kevin Roy as your top 10. Bridgman, Carter, Randy, Jackson, Brandon Moore, Josh Smalls, and Jim Coleman-Sperger. That is your top 7 currently on the lead lap. Now if that decides to change, sorry, if that decides to change towards mid-race when green flag pit stops start to happen, then I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But until then, this is what it's going to look like for now. Well, now my other question is, out of those lap cars that we have a lap down, which one of those fellows are going to try to stay out the longest? If anything, I'm going to say Kevin or Campbell. So, or Robert. Robert Morrow's good too. So,
I thought you were talking about lead lap cars.
well, lead lap cars, it's either going to go two ways, either Phillip or Jacob.
I don't think Phillip or Jacob will be able to stay out the longest. So it would probably be someone like Josh Small or Jim Coleman'sberger, possibly.
That is true. Alright, I can agree with you on that one. Yeah, I can agree with you on that one. Alright, that makes sense. Yes, sir. So there you go. Robert Amaro looked saying, "Hello, boys, I'm here. I might be 2 laps down, but guess what? Here I am." Oh, just like that.
Oh,
What a save by Tyler. Keep it down, keep it down, keep it down. Awesome.
yeah, he was
Great
able to save it that time.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Oh, that time from Tyler Myers.
That's how we talk about being slick. So you can't keep your foot mashed down on the gas for long periods of time, because then you see what happened to Tyler Myers. Slipping and sliding, and that's that. So.
Yeah, Rincon currently is up here in the front pack. He's 1 lap down. He is in the best position possible to get that front pack. I think Kevin Roy's back there he is behind Tyler that recovered from that slide.
As you see Randy get a little loose there again, and Aaron Bradford scraping the wall, Will. Very unfortunate for Aaron. But some good saves, some not so much, but I do believe Jim Coleman'sberger and Josh are working with each other. No, it ain't. Who is that? No, that's Eric Quarter. So Jim fell off a lot, so, but I think he's alright though,
So Bridgman, Carter, and Lomax Bridgman and Carter are up here in the front 4. Lomax is right there behind the front 4 cars on track. That is 36. Berger pushing out the front nose or the front clip. But, oh man, Carter, something happened to Jacob. He went all the way to the wall the previous lap in 3 and 4. So, could have just got some aero tight. Big run by Lomax coming, but absolutely no way. He just decides to back off a little bit.
Oh, yeah. So you see Berger dropping down. I do believe he's pitting. So he's going to prefer to stay on the apron all the way down. And I told them that is their choice on what they want to do. Either send her off with turn 4 or ride the apron going into 3. Whatever their choice is to be. So, but in real life, you would enter the pits on the backstretch. Which was silly. Yes. I don't know why they ended up doing it that way. I mean, well, I guess it's a little better, I guess. I don't know.
So they don't have a huge crash, I would assume, trying to jump down
into
off
the pits.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, but that does make sense.
sometimes when you try to prevent certain things, other things to happen.
Yes. I agree with you. But
Since they configured Atlanta to this configuration, I don't even know green flag pit stops or not. I can't recall. But
I don't think they have.
I guess precautionary reasons,
Yes. So Rincon, right there in front of Tyler Myers. 2 cars behind Rincon is Tyler Myers, which is for 9th. So Rincon is fighting with Tyler Myers to get that lucky dog. So that'll be that. But you still see Jacob Carter and Philip Bridgman battling side by side. Will Philip has no help at this time, but here comes Delta to slide in behind Philip. Gonna try everything he can to get to the back of that 7 to help Philip out. You see Tyler Myers going down to the bottom lane, Will, to also help Philip. But oh man, what a slip and slide from Robert Amaro. Oh man.
don't know if he's going to save that or catch it. Not too sure.
I don't think he did.
Excellent job to keep it able from coming back up onto the track. Good save by Robert. Just could, maybe that nose damage perhaps, or just not being able to be 100% on the car. Or just in the air like we alluded to earlier. Has been.
Oh, Philip with a bobble. Philip Bridgman with that bobble there on the inside lane, Will. Upset at the car.
That inside lane. At the moment, this front pack, all by themselves. The few cars that are on the lead lap up here.
Jacob Carter with a bobble there too. That really upset his car.
Wow.
So Philip's gonna break away with that one.
Yep, ever so slightly.
That's what I'm saying, Will. The longer you run on this, the more gas you're wasting. The lighter the car, you're gonna start sliding. But Jacob Carter with a great run to the outside of Philip. But now here's the problem. As long as Philip stays on the bottom and just like that. There's that slip up from there. Good save by George. But like I was saying, if Jacob's going to pit and Philip's on the bottom, unfortunately, Philip doesn't have to move. That's Philip's preferred lane, and if Philip is going to stay out an extra couple of laps, that is on Jacob to get around Philip to get down to the pits. Philip isn't just going to slam on the brakes. All right, Jacob, here you go. Have it. As you see that bobble there, Phil. As Philip loses her there.
What a save. So, these last handful of bobbles or just moments that these drivers have had has really front pack.
Oh yeah.
The few cars that we did have on the lead lap up here just kind of spread apart here at the moment.
Oh, I see what Jim's doing. I know exactly what Jim's doing. Oh, Philip with another slip. What a save.
Yeah, almost identical to what happened lap prior. I'll tell you, I did not expect this race to be playing out like this, for sure.
Nope. Me neither. But the problem is, who comes in and then who pits one?
Well, good questions. We'll just have to wait and find out.
You see Jim now.
Staying green, you know, these drivers are going to eventually.
So I wonder if Jim's good to the end.
In the next handful of laps, no.
There's that bobble again from Phillip. I see that Jim jumps to the outside. Jim is the freshest one on those set of tires, so sure, why not? Let me come up here and do what I gotta do and handle that. So 99 to 163. Sorry, complete.
I expect these drivers to make their way into pit road in the next handful of laps and then possibly need a splash to get to the end if a caution does not come out.
I think Phillip slipped again. Poor Phil. I saw smoke back then like Phillip. So Lomax, Berger, and Barry all pitted. Here comes Tyler Myers. Lomax with a 15.3. Oh, Rincon's coming in too. Barry with a 15.3. Berger had a 14.9.
Jacob Carter has a 3 1/4 second lead at the moment over Brandon.
Yes, he does.
So, but that's slowly coming down because Brandon Moore has a bit of drafting help from Jim Coleman'sburg.
Oh yeah.
Just have to wait and see where everybody cycles out during this cycle of green flag pit stops.
You see Phillip Bridgman now making his green flag pits. So 5 cars currently on the lead lap wheel.
Yeah, when it's all said and done, I think we should have 7, I think.
Yes. 7 or 8. It just all depends. So Phillip Bridgman had a 15.4 second pit stop here. Currently
Yeah,
one lap in.
Brandon Moore is that help at the moment.
Yes, him and Jim Coleman'sburger did catch Brandon Moore. So that is going to probably help Jim get by Carter. If they ever can. Guess I'll just have to wait and see. So as you see here, you got Jim, AB, and Brandon. And just like that, Coleman'sberger goes back to 1 lap down. As Bradford sticks with Jim Coleman'sberger to get at least one of his laps back. That is going to put Brandon Moore and Jacob Carter duking it out for the lead here. And just like that, if they stay that way, they should be alright.
Yeah, they have a big lead at the moment over Randy Koking. It's 8.5. But like we mentioned, green flag cycle. The 47 and 22 are going to make it down pit road. Those two are the race leaders at this time.
Oh, as you see, a little slip up from Schaefer, which makes Phillip overcorrect and scrape the wall. So, as we navigate through the back here, Josh Small setting his own pace, riding, waiting for those boys to pit. But ever so slightly coupe the strategy. You see here, Phillip Bridgman gonna go by Josh Small.
Yeah, Josh just kind of saying, alright, fresh tires, you can go by me on the bottom, or just wherever you can get by me.
Oh yeah. So Jacob Carter now pit. That leaves Brandon Moore to stay out. So, and now there goes Randy. Oof. And Josh Small came in. So Carter, Randy, and Josh all pit. Brandon Moore is still staying out.
Yeah, one would have to speculate that even though they're pitting here, you would have to say, all right.
Oh, Brandon Moore's pit now.
Good chance or possibility of, like I said, a late race splash with about maybe 10 or 15 laps to go, somewhere about there.
Oh yeah.
Just have to see how many cars cycle back onto the lap. 8 or 9, we suspect. I first guessed 7. Just have to wait and see here.
Oh yeah. Probably I want to say 8. Yeah, the 8. So Phillip Bridgman caught in a pickle here, for sure. So Tyler Myers and Phillip Bridgman split up the teammates here of the 96 and the 36. So, as you see, Bridgman is back to the lead.
Lomax. Oh yeah, he took it. Lomax went high for some reason, not sure why.
Trying to get linked
Maybe
up with his teammate.
Yeah, good possibility,
Is the only
but
thing I can think of. But that
at
could
the
be
same
wrong.
time, maybe he just kind of felt that Phillip was a bit faster than him at the moment, so. Okay, I need that ruler again. Anyway, so Carter's going to tag in. He's caught up to this lead trio, and that's going to make him a quartet.
Yes. So.
Really hoping that he can just maybe time a caution or something happen to where he gets his lap back here.
Tyler Myers is in the wall there. That's going to hurt a little bit. To at least stall out. Phillip and all of them, so. Hopefully I gave these boys enough time, and hopefully it doesn't go under the lights. Because that'll be rough trying to finesse around this track with no lights. NIS, they just about did it the other day when I was watching Richard. Oh yeah, came close to it, so. And they had, I think they had the same amount of laps, yeah.
So. Really hard racing going on. Jacob Carter, Phillip Bridgman. Here's at the moment. Jacob Carter has the slight fresher tire than the 7.
Yeah.
Side drifting full effect at the moment.
No problem, Diamond. Me and Will want to thank you for coming out and enjoying the awesome show that Phillip is putting on with Jacob Carter. So it's always good to have you here. As you see here, Will, Jacob Carter, Phillip Bridgman side drafting heavily to slow one another down. But now, once again, we do have the lap cars in front of these boys. Like I said, Will, it is their prerogative if they want to jump out the way or continue the race if they are battling for their same lap. And it's going to stall. Looks like it is possibly going to stall Phillip out. No, it ain't. Campbell moved up. They are 3 wide. This is, I don't know how well this is going to be. Dave Barry pulls out of the lane like that. Lets them go and have it. Great team player by Dave. Awesome job. Much appreciated. But Will, I think it's going to come down to these two right here. Unless Lomax can magically get that pull that he needs to get by these two. But I think it's going to come down to Carter and Bridgman. So, and if I say it, I think it's going to be Phillip with the win. So, which is great. Absolutely, it'll lock Phillip in, even though he's the points leader coming into this race. So, it'll be good to have. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, still we're closing in decent amount left. Some odd laps to go here, Brian. So anything is quite possible in the race.
Oh, absolutely.
As we do.
I agree with you.
We have 7 cars on the so.
Yeah, 7 cars.
Main battle is between the top 3 here, Lomax, Carter, and Bridgman. I think Lomax is just trying to keep his car clean for the end of the race. A bit more, that car does look to have a bit of damage. Now it is impeding his performance, but just trying to stay there within reason. I speculate, we do speculate that just about everybody still have in them, whether it be, just for fuel. I would come down and get a splash of fuel of some amount to make it to the end, because I don't expect anybody to make it, but
well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I know somebody's going to try it. I'm telling you right now, someone's going to try it. You see Jacob Carter clears himself in front of Phillip. Had that little arrow push from the 6 at Tyler Myers. He got left out to dry, Tyler Myers, so unfortunately, Jacob said thank you for the help. Now I got up here and that's that, so. But Jacob Carter has a little bit more fresher tires than Philip, so. My only concern is, well, out of those cautions, who kept coming down and take tires? You understand what I'm saying? Because these boys only get 4 sets of tires. So, well, we had 3 cautions, so.
We had 5.
Was it 5? I think you're right. I thought it was 3.
Oh,
Oh. It's so rad.
just seems like once Phil gets X amount of laps on a set of tires, or just a certain period in the run, in the stint, his car just becomes a bit ill handling, whether that could be the amount of fuel loss or just, the tire wear coming into play. Because now Jacob Carter kind of, out in the wall there on that lap. Jacob Carter got into it, then Philip Bridgman.
Oh, yeah.
Carter almost got into the back of Bridgman.
You were right, Will, 5. So.
Womack now takes over the second place after Bridgman with the ball.
So Jacob Carter, Lomax Bridgman, Brandon Moore, Randy Coton, Jim Coleman-Springer, Josh Small. They are in danger of going back a lap down. Hopefully not.
Yep. Just a couple of seconds from being a lap down by Jacob Carter. At this moment in time, could be Jacob Carter.
I do believe
like
so.
Like we said earlier, we speculate everybody still has a pit stop left in them, unless somehow miraculous can occur to some of these drivers thinking or saving fuel. So
you see Kevin Roy trying to stay 1 lap down, but Jacob's getting the pull from Jim.
And the 11, yes.
Oh, that was about ugly there. Wow. I think if Josh didn't crack the throttle, that would have been the night for Jim. So, just like that. Great save. Good save. Good save.
I think Jim and Josh might have been somewhat working together, trying to save some fuel perhaps, but with that down in the city like it happened, I don't know plan will still to happen. Just a aero looseness for the most part, just a couple of bad bumps and then aero loose just when the car behind you gets really up tight and close to the back of that spoiler, it'll take the air off your car and just unfortunate holding a pretty wheel for the most part, but
As you see here, Will, Jacob's about to get swallowed up by everybody here. He ain't got no friends at the moment. That's for sure.
Roma has been able to run him back down because of the checkup and just about trying not to run over these lap down cars.
So, coming in on 30 laps to go, Will. So,
just about the quartet that is about to happen again. You see Philip Bridgman, Lomax, and Carter in the same shot. They just have a handful of lap down cars amongst them, trying to navigate in and around. Doing a heck of a job trying to stay on the lead lap. At the moment, leading this train of cars. Had another moment back in a little bit further back.
So, as I saw before, Will, Philip was just right there, but Philip's pitting. Philip didn't have enough to make it. So this is either going to go good for Phil or it could hurt Phil. But hopefully in Philip's case, it is just fuel. I mean, that's really about all you need. So.
Half a moment.
There goes Josh. Josh is now pitting. Coleman'sberger now pitting. So this is going to allow Tyler Myers to get his lap back. Rincon trying ever so slightly to get it back, but he's got Jacob Carter in front of him stalling him out. If I'm Rincon, I'm just going to use my nose and shove him to death, and then if he loses it, he loses it. That's just how it works. That's the wonderful sport of NASCAR. So, but Rincon don't drive like that. He's a great driver. Racing him plenty of times on the console side of things. Under the gamer tag Goodweiser, so always good to see him out here. So yeah, he goes to. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just agreeing with you. Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Rincon, very clean guy, and if he does make a wreck, he will apologize about it because he really tries to keep his nose clean and keep the car clean. He tries to be a very good driver. Like you said earlier, you know, that driver etiquette.
Which works out in the long run. I mean, if you got it, you'll earn a lot of respect going into the races every week. You just want to be a silly clown, then you just say you ain't gonna get nowhere. But proper racing etiquette's very good. It earns friends well. But anyway, they finally hit the 25 laps to go. So Schaefer, Bridgman, Rincon 1 lap down, Kevin Roy 2 laps down, Jim Coleman'sberger 2 laps down, Josh Small 2 laps down. Hmm. "24 laps to go as Jacob Carter crosses the line.
Yeah, like I said earlier, not the way I thought the race was going to play out at all. kind of expected kind of the crashes to unfold later. T totally early on from the drop of the green flag, pretty much. Had a few cautions there early on, and a couple that were very iffy as far as, like, could have been avoided. That's neither here nor there now at this time. So Brandon Moore finally caught up to Jacob Carter, who could possibly could have dropped off the pace to save some fuel. Brandon Moore had an 8-second gap, but that has been pulled back now by Randy and
Oh yeah. But this might hurt Phillip being these old tires. I've done it in the officials. It does hurt a little bit. It does. But advantage tires is always better. So coming out on the freshest set, because when you're on the bottom for too long and you're staying out this long and you just don't have the proper handling equipment out there, and now your race is going to be everything to, alright, who do I watch, who do I got to try to hold off, and whew, as you see there, Lomax and Berger,
yep, making their pit, so should be for sure their final pit stop of the evening.
Oh yeah. As we hope.
Schaefer got on the wall. Not sure who he brought with him, but that was Aaron Bradford that dragged the wall down with him. Just so happened to be right behind him. And Schaefer got the wall.
So 19 laps to go. Randy is back to the front wheel. Impressive run tonight by Randy. Already has a win. So that's a positive in his book. Something that couldn't happen last season, but he's a lot of time on the track, improved in a lot of ways. He's got very good teammates with him, Jason Adams, Philip Bridgman, Zach Deusser. Well, that one's iffy too, but no, Zach's a good guy. Unless you're caught cheating, then he just happens to be there, but Zach's pretty good too, and Jaden. So their team, I would say, is full of aggression, which is that there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Hard charge early is a problem. Hard charge at the end, they can all do it. So that's something that we have to, and just like that, there's the wreck. Oof. Rincon and with Bradford. Oof. Well, there it is. That's what...
Kind of like you said earlier, do any of these guys have tires perhaps that they have tried to save throughout the race? Because if everybody comes down in pits like we suspect they would here on this caution, we might have a few more drivers, but we'll just have to wait and see.
So as we come back and watch her, Will, this looked like so Kevin just got out the way. He's seen Bradford like that. Oh, all right. Go ahead. And
I don't think he knew that George was coming to his outside like that. George Rincon had a run, and he wanted to go somewhere with it. Just like I said, don't really think Aaron knew he was to his outside.
I don't think so.
Possibly back up for Schaefer. I think there was also a little bit, just a slight neck well in that, Brian.
Oh yeah, I like to talk to Randy for sure. So we'll hurry up and give him a quick holler because I know how well these pace laps can dwindle. Will so go ahead and we might give him the curse, but that's all right. Don't worry about that. But we gotta give him a talk. Randy, Brian, and Will in the booth. You got a copy. How's it going, sir?
Oh, it was going great, man. I'm 3 laps to the good. Them guys were going to run out. Oh, man, I had it in the bag.
I was going to say that's something that you didn't want to see. But anyway, Will, go ahead.
So your plan was to stay out here, Randy?
Yeah, I think so. I'm good. Like, all this under caution, I'm gaining 2 or 3 laps. If we come to a green checker, I'll just have to pit when that comes out.
10-4, Randy. Well, you've kind of really kept your nose clean for the most part. Trying to have a good run this evening. What's kind of been your take about this race so far, Randy?
It's actually been pretty good. I know there's been some cautions, but a couple of them I have barely squeaked through. But it's been good. We get them long green laps, and it gets pretty slick going in. I lost control a couple times, but yeah, it gets really slick on the long runs entering. At least my car does.
Yeah, you and a few others for sure. We have seen just after about, I would say, halfway or close to halfway on a stint, those cars really start to yaw out or like you said, get really slick entering the corner. And we have seen that from a handful of your competitors this evening. So best of luck to you, Randy, with the remaining laps to go here.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I'm just trying to finish.
Hey, that's all we can hope for. So best of luck to you, sir. We'll get you back down here because you guys are coming green this time. So go get him.
Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Thank you.
So you're Randy. He's gonna do everything he can, which actually. Which brought Philip back a lot closer instead of being far back. So I do believe Randy's going to control the restart here. So
Chris Schaefer got put back on the lead lap. I believe he was our lucky dog in all of that. So I believe he's been from 4 laps down to now back on the lead lap, but having to start. Let's just see how diced cars in total on the lead lap.
There they go. They start early, just like that.
Oh, Lomax. Something happened with Lomax.
I do believe the 7 did take the air off of him. So
yeah, there was a quarrel for that position for sure.
To go. You see Randy jump out of line. He said, I don't want no beef with that. No way. You guys want it? You guys have it.
I think he might have just had a moment, though, coming out of turn 2. Not for certain, as we got back to him as he probably gathered it up there. As Philip looks like he's going to get in to Carter and Brandon Moore. Randy got a little bit loose, it looked like, coming out of turn 2. Tyler Myers to get underneath him.
Happy to see Josh Small fixing to do the same thing too. So Josh Smalls and Tyler Myers is racing for that lucky dog position, Will. So that's that. As you see, Phillip is not getting off that bottom lane. 10 to go. Tyler slides up with Josh.
Chris Schaefer now makes his way into this battle after having to drive through all of the lap-down cars. So there's Chris Schaefer on the back door of the 7 car. They will probably try to work together to get a hold of the 22 and 47.
This is out of... Well, I think I'm a little nervous. This is either going to go good or this is going to be rough. So
8 laps to go this time by at the stripe. I agree with you, Brian. It's going to be something else in the closing laps of this race. Josh Small still fighting
as
hard.
Jacob puts the block on Josh, Josh isn't going to take that too much longer, for sure. So
Well, all Josh wants to do, try to finish on the lead lap. Because a lot of these competitors would like. That was real close between Randy and...
So 3 wide up here in the front.
Oh, my.
Jacob Carter, Josh Small, and whoever else that is, as they get that situated. Just like that. Jim Kommelsberger back into the wall. But that is with Jacob not giving any ounce of room to anybody. That just hurt Jim big time.
Oh, aggressive side drafting between the 7 and 22. Brandon Moore can't decide which plane he wants to go with. That's going to open the door for Phillip Bridgman. Phillip Bridgman puts his nose there. He is there, 3 wide for the lead. Turns 1 and 2. He does have slight help from Chris Schaefer.
Goes. Still 3 wide.
Oh, man. Anyone's ball game at the moment. Brandon Moore ahead of Phillip Bridgman. Hold on to it, Randy. As what is this?
Jim
4 laps?
got swallowed back up. Because, just like that, Josh is in the wall.
Is that 5 or 4 to go?
5.
So now we're coming to 4 to go this time by. Took it from Brandon Moore. Phillip Bridgman right there, hounding the back of the 22. He's just stalking, just waiting. Chris Schaefer there, like I said, after being 5 laps down at one point, I want to say 4, he has got in contention in the closing laps of this race.
So I wonder if this is how the cup race should be, Will. These boys are getting antsy now. There's 4 to go. A lot of them are sitting right where they want to be, and they're getting ready.
I don't know if this will bring out a caution or not.
Oh, well.
Huge crash. We got to fire up down. Huge crash late in the going here.
That is Josh. Josh is upside down.
Oh, man.
Yeah, stuck up on his hood. Josh was having a very great run. That's
just like what Randy was telling us earlier while we were talking to him. He was just entering turn 3 right on corner entry, got wicked loose, got awful slick, he was broadside coming down the track.
as we see here. Well, a lot of these guys were loose, Will. Just like that, right in front of Tyler Myers. Tyler hooked him back up into Josh.
Not sure who's going to get the lucky dog here. Maybe Kevin Roy. No.
I was going to say it. No, it could be. I think Kevin Way escaped free from that one. So
That was pretty much all of our one lap downers right here fighting amongst the race leaders.
no,
Just
that gave it to Lomax. Game final. Orioles 14, Yankees 1. Have at it. But the problem is the aggressive blocking. We've seen it by the 22, doing everything in his God Almighty to secure the win. Will, now I'm going to ask you an honest question. Oh, hold on, wait. We're going to let Philip answer this. Hold on. We're going to let Philip answer it. Talk to Phil. Philip Bridgman.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going?
It's going all right. I'm trying to hang in.
Listen, you are in a great position at this current time. So, my question to you is, because I was going to ask Will this, and I want to see if Will probably would have given the same answer. How much longer would you tolerate the aggressive blocks from the 22?
Honestly, I'm not too sure. I was just trying to work with him there. Honestly, I feel like if the 47's got fresh tires, I think he's going to win.
Oh, Brandon Moore? Well, Brandon Moore's got to give why is he starting? Oh, he'll be starting P4. So, I do believe you guys are going green, but best of luck to you. If I'm you, I would work with Brandon Moore to the best that you can, since he's on the freshies, and I see your teammates following right behind him. So, well, I keep forgetting how fast they shrink these laps down. So, best of luck to you, and hopefully we'll be talking to you in 3 laps.
Hell yeah.
I was going to say, I didn't think that he was going to come off and say it like that, but I thought he was going to be like, well, you can only take it so much, and then that's it, you're going around. That's what I would have
pretty
said.
much. I agree. But we saw how quick the fresher tires were earlier in the race, Brian, so maybe Philip has a good point. Maybe Brandon, or maybe Randy, if Randy had a fresh set.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, still laying in the pits. He must have still had a quick repair because he looked spotless.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, Will, first attempt at a GWC. Green flag is out.
Let Jacob rocket the way with a hole shot. Schaefer trying to follow.
The problem is, can Will and Brandon get enough run to get back to the front? Will coming to 2 laps to go. What happened?
You said Will.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Yes.
Can they get to the stripe before they crash?
Oh, no. Oh, man.
Oh. Well, they were going for it, that's for sure. Is the caution flag waving is the next question.
It's the caution flag.
Oh, my goodness.
So that, I do believe, just ended Philip's night.
Well, not just Philip, but let's go
back and see.
Possibly Randy as well, because he just used that quick fix. Schaefer. There's a lot here that is going to be out more than likely. Looks like Schaefer gets put in the middle and trying to get out of the middle and just comes down ever so slightly. I'm not sure if he was trying to side draft or just kind of get in behind Randy, but Brandon was kind of already there, and just how the lanes work here at Atlanta, just That was by Randy, it looks like. Man, what a ride Randy took.
Oh, yeah.
So, what were you going to say?
I was saying, well. Now, what do you, I don't know. I don't think Philip's going to come in pit. I think he's just going to stay out and don't know. If anyone's going to get it done, it could be Brandon Moore. Poor Phil. Philip had that one at least in the books, but that's what you get when you come down to
Get down to the nitty gritty.
Mm-hmm. So as you see here, Philip bringing her down with Brandon Moore. So interesting to see how this shakes out. So Lomax will be in the front here with Jacob.
And Brandon Moore just trying to repair his car the best as possible before this next restart. Looks like could be going green this time.
Oh yeah. Whew. Well, do we see another GWC? Because if so,
how little actual cars are left on the lead lap, we still have a lot. I wouldn't say a lot. We still have a handful of cars pacing on track that are a lap down or more, but we don't have unlimited green white checkers anymore, so I don't think they will really come into play here. Kevin Roy setting in 6th position. You know, these guys, Jim and Kevin, could get a top 5 out of this ordeal when it's all said and done, possibly.
oh yeah.
Lomax, though, right there on the top, having a good push from David Berry, but David Berry can't decide who he wants to push, as he's good enough to the outside. I think Berry might be getting off of it here to let them decide it for themselves. Not quite sure. White flag will be waving here.
Well,
Lomax doesn't really have the help to help. Will that be enough help? Brandon Moore goes to the inside lane. Going to try to go in the middle. He does. David Berry peels. Oh, wow. Fresh tires. Brandon Moore coming to the outside. Jacob Carter stops, tries that side draft. Here they come to the stripe. Brandon Moore by a half a car. Well, they made it interesting at the end of the race, that's for sure. Jacob Carter was kind of a sitting duck. Quite unfortunate for Jacob. He really tried his best after the long race this evening.
And that's what Fresh Tires does. That's exactly what Fresh Tires does.
Philip called it when we were talking to him during that first green-white checkered bout. He said Brandon Moore probably going to win this thing. He's got fresh tires, so takes the win this evening by a half a car.
Oh yeah.
half a car length. Lomax finished third, respectable third, after being basically up front all night, trying to keep his nose clean. And Kevin Roy and Jim Collins-Berger do walk away from this race with a top 5.
Oh yeah. Well, let's see if we can talk. We'll start this time. We'll start with the race winner, and we'll work our way down. Might as well. Brandon Moore,
What's up?
you did it. Fresh tires.
Now
Didn't
that
you?
was the move, wasn't it?
Yeah, man, you put it in the middle, you went to the outside, you just, wherever there was a gap, you went for it.
Well, it's funny because Philip said if it's anyone's race to win, it's Brandon's, because Brandon's the only one with the fresh set of tires left. And you saw the difference between old tires and new tires.
Yeah.
So, and that
And I
right there
wanted to
is
be
what.
behind them guys because I wanted to be the guy with the run coming towards the end. I didn't want to be the duck.
Which is unfortunately what Jacob had happened.
Yeah, because you all are probably like, why is Brandon pitting?
Oh, well, we saw the damage that you kind of slightly had. We figured you were trying to repair your car a little bit more. Also, we figured after Phil said what he did while we were talking to him, I want to say during that first green-white checkered, or as we were getting there, close to that overtime, he said that you probably had a set of tires left. You'd probably be the one to watch. He was not wrong.
No, I put a set on it the caution before last just because
Right.
I was like, I mean, a couple laps is a couple laps.
And man, you for sure kept us intrigued there at the end of the race. You kept it interesting for sure, Brandon. And wasn't really a lot of cars left on the lead lap after all of the early crashes that we had. And just tell us how your race kind of unfolded there, Brandon.
Well, it was a pretty interesting race. I kind of hung back for a little bit, and then I kind of got hung out there with a lap down by the how the field was paced when we pitted, so I had to go back and then earn that back the hard way. So I drove it back by the leader, got that lap back, and then we got on a strategy where I was going to save fuel, and I was going to be good on fuel, and everybody was going to have to pit. Jacob may be able to make it, I wasn't for sure. But then the caution came out again and threw that out the window, and I was like, well, we're just going to have to race for it now, and that's what we did.
Yep, and it turned out to be one heck of a finish. You got Jacob by just a half a car.
Yeah.
So just wow.
This middle three is either going to work or it's going to wreck the whole field.
I'm surprised in a way Jacob didn't turn you there as
He
you
tried
got
to come up, didn't he?
Yeah. But
If he would have came all the way up, though, he'd have turned himself. There's no way.
right.
There's too big of a run there.
Just
I wasn't lifting.
Brandon, just congratulations on the win here this evening. I kind of don't really know what else to say after all that has went on here this evening. Where are we at next week, Brian?
Coda.
Oh, okay. A lot of homework and a lot of preparation probably needed for that race, Brandon. So,
Well, I mean, Dakota. That place is fun.
yeah, a lot of twists and turns. Some
Yeah.
good long straightaways as well. So,
Yeah, that'd be fun, especially in these.
oh yeah, be intrigued to see what plays out next week. What got any thing else to add about tonight's race, or maybe some shout outs there, Brandon?
Nah, I just like to thank everybody who's involved with putting this show on, and appreciate the opportunity. I want to thank all the people who was watching the stream. Hope you all will come back next week to watch us again, and just want to thank everybody else. Yeah, good race. Hopefully we can go to Dakota and at least put her in the top 5 again. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, sir, awesome win. Launched you into the playoffs. You your luck is starting to come with you over on this side. Now we got to give it go. Now we got to get it going for you on the cup side.
Yeah, I need some more luck over there. It's been a struggle bus. I think it's more like 5 or 6 points, but you wouldn't think I'd be there with the finishes I've had. It ain't been great, but we'll get it turned around.
So, are you going to take this momentum and this strategy into Saturday's race?
I'm gonna try to, but this is one of those races that's put in the same category as Daytona and Talladega. It's a crapshoot. It's just a matter of fact of what situation you get put in the last lap according to where you're going to finish.
Yes, sir.
I happened to be put in a situation where I was coming with a run and they're racing side by side.
And sometimes that's all it takes, really.
That's all it took. And a lot of gups thrown in the middle.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of hiccups early on, but it's like we said, though. You know our aggression in the field is through the roof on lap 1. You know a lot of these drivers, their aggression just spikes as soon as they drop the green flag. But that's good, though, to have different varieties of that throughout the field. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But anyway, go celebrate, go burn it down. Awesome job locking yourself into the playoffs. Maybe you might have gained a few spots and points. We don't know yet. We'll keep you guys posted with that. But the only thing that matters from here on out now is now you can ride because you locked yourself in. So you ain't got nothing to worry about. Maybe try to conquer the overall points lead, but I think Philip has that locked in. Maybe.
Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate y'all taking time to talk to me. Y'all have a good night.
You too. Who finished second? Oh, Carter. Well, here we go. Hello.
Hello.
What's the matter? Sounds like someone kicked your cat.
Someone kicked my fucking car sideways. That's what happened.
Anyway, great battles by you and Philip with the aggressive side drafting. I'm sure someone taught you how to do that, but I can't say his name because that'll give it away for Saturday. So, yes, a lot of aggressive blocks, a lot of side drafting you and Phil, but worked out in your favor. Anyway, first thing, least the most, welcome back. I know you've had rough times here and there, but that's alright. Nothing to less, so, well, congrats on the P2. Anyway, as Rice and Nutrition threw it over you and Philip the whole night, and a few others, but anyway, describe how your overall race went and your overall performance of everybody's race, and just your overall thoughts in general, and of the track. I know a lot of people prefer the old Atlanta over the new, so I mean that's just that. So,
not really a lot of thought process into this. The car felt great all night. We managed to escape a couple wrecks by hair.
yes, you did.
After a while, the car got loose. Had to really drift it, and at the end, I don't know what happened. Like, I get he was on like new tires, I guess, or something. Went in the pits, got new tires, came back out. It's I didn't really have help, and then once I tried to side draft him, he had the better tire in the long run, so it was kind of like a crappy situation altogether. But I have fun. It was more fun trying to keep the car at bay while you're going around the corner and hitting those tunnel turns. And you decided to knock your controller down. Cool. Anyways. There's no words. I was hoping I could at least slow down his momentum, and it did not work in my favor. Got hit sideways. I was like, well, we're gonna keep going and see what can happen. Which I was going to try to give him a little bump, but I wasn't Yeah, you all remember Charlotte that one time. Yeah, I wasn't trying to do another. I wasn't trying to do another repeat of
Last
that.
season. Hey, that's right because I think that's one that me and Will were baffled about. It was the last
Oh
lap, so
yeah,
you're gonna get whatever you get to you, that bumper run. But it was more. Brandon took it more as a dump and run. So, but
yeah. Um, but that kind of was that bait. It was a bump and run. He bumped me, got me loose. He went by me. I tried chasing him back down. He put too much damage on my right quarter panel, so the side draft was absolute horrible at that point. So,
yeah.
um,
Well, yeah. Well, you got anything for Mr. Carter?
Just Jacob, you gonna be here next week for Coda?
Oh,
fun
that's right,
try.
it's Coda.
Well, good to see you back, man. I sure love seeing you out there, mixing it up, giving it the best, run possible. You had a good car this evening. Second, I know that it may not be best, but hey, at least you finished. Some guys didn't get to finish this evening. And thanks for talking to us, Jacob. And got any shout outs before we let you off?
Mm.
Your team,
Shout out to
Haviland.
Avalon car. The crumbled up car.
Why am I
And
doing these sponsors?
shout out to David for at least trying to stick with me at the end of the race. That's all I got. I'm just. I
Baffled.
feel
You're
like a Kyle
baffled.
Busch. Yeah, I feel like a Kyle Busch right now. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Oh, anyway, P2
Yeah.
better than being last, so that's for sure. So,
I guess.
alright, take your points while you got it going into the playoffs at least. So,
Yeah, and I'll tell y'all how this kind of feels. I looked on the scoreboard, and it was all blue, and here comes one white little speck through the field to take the win.
that was Brandon.
That's how that felt. It was like taking the damn passy out of a baby's mouth. There you go.
Yeah. But anyway, go celebrate and chit-chat in a few.
Okay.
Yep. Alright. Well, Lomax ain't on, so I guess we're closing her out for the night.
Well, all right then, Brian. Well, for myself, William Roberts, and Brian Huntley, we would like to thank everybody for coming out and enjoying. Hopefully, everybody enjoyed this Xfinity BNR Xfinity race here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, Super Speedway, whatever you prefer to call it. Next week for the Xfinity Series, like we mentioned, we'll be at Circuit of the Americas, that twisty, windy road course that we saw. What was it, last week in the Truck Series? Be one to watch because you never know what might happen on those twists and turns of that circuit. So, also probably be here Sunday, more than likely, yet again for the Sunday Cup Series, hopefully. But
Yes, we'll be back in action Sunday too.
so we'll probably see you guys and gals then. So thank every one of you for coming out, enjoying it, and until then, hopefully everybody has a wonderful evening and a good